evening, Excellencies, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, I'd like to welcome you all to the inauguration of the first assembly of the International Solar Alliance, the second Indian Ocean Rim Association Renewable Energy Ministerial Meet, and the second Global Renewable Energy Investment Meet and Expo, Reinvest 2018. The second Reinvest aims to accelerate worldwide efforts to scale up renewable energy and connect the global investment community with the Indian energy stakeholders. It will also provide a great opportunity to various organizations to showcase their business strategies, achievements and expectations in India, which has today emerged as one of the world's largest renewable energy market. We're very honored on this occasion with the presence of the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and I request the Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge, Power and Renewable Energy, Mr. R.K. Singh, to welcome him with an environmentally friendly potted plant. I request the Honorable Minister to also welcome the Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. António Guterres, with a plant. The Honorable Minister will also welcome the Minister of State for Ecological and Inclusive Transition, Republic of France, Mr. Brun Berson. We'd like to welcome the Deputy Minister for Energy, South Africa, Madam Thembelihle Majola. And the Honorable Minister for External Affairs, India, Madam Sushma Swaraj. I now request Madam Sushma Swaraj, Honorable Minister for External Affairs, to formally welcome the gathering.
Namaskar and a very good evening. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, Secretary General of the United Nations, His Excellency António Guterres, my colleague in the Council of Ministers, Shri R.K. Singh, distinguished ministers from across the world, heads of delegations, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to welcome you all to the first meeting of the General Assembly of ISA, International Solar Alliance, the second meeting of the Ministers of Renewable Energy of IORA, Indian Ocean Rim Association, and also the second meeting of Global Renewable Energy Investment and Expo Reinvest 2018. Excellencies, I feel proud to welcome our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, a person who has single-handedly put India on the renewable energy map of the world. I also welcome His Excellency Mr. António Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations. His presence is a strong endorsement of the initiatives we have collectively taken to promote renewable energy and bring the world together to combat climate change. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, launched in 2015 as a part of our shared ambition to mitigate climate change, 3 years later, the International Solar Alliance is an enduring reality. The ISA is now an action-oriented international organization, headquartered in India, with the aim of contributing to the implementation of the Paris Climate Agreement through rapid deployment of solar energy. And tomorrow, we will convene the first General Assembly of ISA. Friends, it will be a historic occasion. Excellencies, as on date, 70 countries have already signed the framework agreement of the ISA, and 44 of these have ratified it. I'm happy to note that at the 6th International Steering Committee meeting of the ISA, held on 20th February 2018 in Delhi, member states unanimously decided to expand the membership to all UN member states. This decision should be made a reality at the earliest. I am confident that the ISA will mobilize strong support from member countries, secure commitments from international organizations, and also mobilize support from private sector. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the ISA Founding Conference was held on 11th March 2018 in New Delhi, co-chaired by Prime Minister Modi and President Macron of France, where a galaxy of heads of states and governments, ministers, multilateral banks, businesses, civil society, scholars, think tanks, and others attesting to the importance they attach to this alliance. Prime Minister announced nearly $1.4 billion worth of lines of credit, covering 27 solar projects in 15 countries, in line with his additional commitment to provide 500 training slots. We have already started courses focused on solar energy under our flagship ITEC program, for promoting capacity building in developing countries. Excellencies, today's event is a combination of 3 distinct events, but with one goal. And that goal is to promote a sustainable and better world for our children. The high-level participation in the second IORA Renewable Energy Ministerial meeting and the spotlight on the ISA list is an affirmation of our collective desire to implement the Delhi Solar Agenda and use this platform to take the message of solar power forward. Friends, the Indian Ocean is at the center of the emerging age of Asia. We consider the Indian Ocean Rim Association as an important vehicle for furthering peace and security in the region. We are supportive of the inauguration of IORA activities, including blue economy, renewable energy, maritime safety and security, besides the development of regional HADR capacity to tackle mutual interests. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, guided by a vision of clean energy future for a new India, our government has set a target of 175 gigawatt renewable power installed capacity by the end of 2022, including 60 gigawatt from wind power and 100 gigawatt from solar power. The significant additions to our renewable energy deployment have been accompanied by the historic low tariffs achieved for solar and wind power. Excellencies, in conclusion, I would like to make a wish that as the sun sustains all life on the earth, ISA and IORA should dispel the darkness of ignorance and enlighten this planet for all future generations. With these words, I welcome you all once again and thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. We now have a short film on the journey of renewable energy in India.
It all began with a flash. As the universe came into fiery beam. Earth was created from its embers. It was charged with energy, which has renewed itself time and again over billions of years. These renewable sources of energy have fueled all life on Earth. But with development has come rampant exploitation of nature. Climate change is resulting in global warming. The world today is engulfed in a layer of pollution, constantly worsening.
पूरी दुनिया में क्लाइमेट चेंज एक बड़ी चिंता का विषय बना हुआ है। आने वाली पीढ़ियों के भविष्य के लिए हमें अपने पर्यावरण को बचाना ही होगा।
January 2015, India pledged to install a renewable power capacity of 175 gigawatt by 2022, including 100 gigawatt from solar energy, 60 gigawatt from wind, 10 gigawatt from biomass, 5 gigawatt from small hydro. Concerned with the impact of climate change, the world leaders met at COP21 in November 2015. India not only stood with them, but also led the fight against climate change from the front. Indian Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi pledged a commitment to reduce carbon intensity.
We will reduce emissions by 33 to 35% of 2005 levels and produce 40% of our power from non-fossil fuels.
He also launched the path-breaking International Solar Alliance.
We want to bring solar energy into our lives and homes by making it cheaper, more reliable and easier to connect to grid.
Till date, India has installed over 72 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity, with 46 gigawatts under implementation. India is on track to not only achieve the goal of 175 gigawatts, but exceed the target. In the last 4 years, India's renewable power capacity has more than doubled. Today, it is the world's 4th largest in terms of wind capacity and 5th largest in terms of solar and renewable power capacity. This has been made possible through robust policies and ease of business frameworks. India has emerged as global leader in the renewable energy sector. The new India today marches ahead with renewed determination, uniting the world to provide universal energy access at affordable rates. India feels humbled on recognition of Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, along with Mr. Emmanuel Macron, President of France, as champions of Earth by United Nations. India proudly hosts the first assembly of the International Solar Alliance, the second Indian Ocean Rim Association Renewable Energy Ministerial meet, and the second Global Reinvest 2018 from the 3rd to the 5th of October 2018. For India, fighting global climate change is an article of faith. Let us all unite in this endeavor.
I now request the Honorable Secretary General, United Nations, Mr. António Guterres, to please address the gathering.
Honorable Prime Minister Modi, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to be with all of you today. We all know that climate change is not only a direct threat to all our aspirations for inclusive and sustainable development, but it became an existential threat to us all. Put simply, we cannot meet our goals for peace and prosperity on a healthy planet without reducing the greenhouse gas emissions that are warming our planet beyond tolerable levels. We know what we need to do, and by and large, we have the tools to do it. What we still lack, fortunately, not here in this room, what we still lack is the political commitment to make the transformative decisions that will lead us onto a safer path. We saw signs of hope in Paris in 2015. But the latest data shows that current commitments under the Paris Agreement fall far short of meeting the target of limiting global warming to well below 2 degrees and striving for 1.5 degrees. The truth is that climate change is still running faster than what we are. What is urgently needed is more ambition and more action. And so, I welcome these very important initiatives spearheaded by India and France. The International Solar Alliance represents exactly what needs to be done and represents the future. I applaud your goal of mobilizing $1 trillion towards the deployment of 1,000 gigawatts of solar energy by 2030. And I commend the government of India for setting a target that is being, as we have seen, a moving target towards more ambition of achieving 100 gigawatts of solar power capacity by 2022. It is clear that we are witnessing a global renewable energy revolution. Renewable energy accounted for some 70% of net additions to global power capacity in 2017. And solar energy is at the center of this revolution. And today, both the technology and the economy are on our side. Solar energy is competitive with and often cheaper than fossil fuels, even despite the harmful subsidies that polluting energy still receives around the globe. I read, I don't know where, and I usually quote the fact that the Stone Age did not end for lack of stones. There were plenty of rocks at that time. The Stone Age ended when better technologies were found to solve our problems. And I hope the fossil fuel age will not end with fossil fuels, and that we'll find ways to replace them by more adequate forms of energy, as we are seeing in this meeting. It is using solar energy that we create a powerful means of meeting our target of universal access to modern energy. And it is also an indispensable tool for lowering emissions and combating climate change. Let us be in no doubt, climate change is the defining issue of our time, and we are at a defining moment. If we do not change the course by 2020, we risk missing the opportunity to avoid runaway climate change. And that is why next December I will convene a climate summit to bring climate action to the top of the international agenda. The summit will provide an opportunity for leaders and stakeholders, both public and private, to demonstrate, as it is the case today, real climate action and showcase their ambition. I invite you all to bring your experiences, your ambition, and your vision, and your commitment to New York next September. You can help accelerate a global energy transformation. And we need to strengthen enabling environments and finance to speed the clean energy transition both in developed and developing countries alike. And we must accelerate innovation for off-grid solutions so we can serve the least advantaged and fulfill the promise of the 2030 Agenda to leave no one behind. In the exhibition I've just seen across the street, there are a number of very meaningful examples of very simple farmers and other people can benefit from these very modern technologies. We will accomplish all these through leadership, your leadership. Together we can rise to the climate change, and I wish you a productive first meeting of the General Assembly of the International Solar Alliance. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. To mitigate climate change and ensure sustainable energy for all, the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, along with IIT Bombay, trained about 100,000 students solar ambassadors who volunteered to work for the adoption and promotion of solar energy technologies. Since today is also International Non-Violence Day, these students have taken a pledge of non-violence to the environment. I request the students who are present here today to illuminate their solar lamps and greet our dignitaries. We thank you, students, solar ambassadors, for taking part in this initiative. I now request the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, to inaugurate by pressing on the button the first assembly of the International Solar Alliance, the second Indian Ocean Rim Association Renewable Energy Ministerial Meet, and the second Global Reinvest 2018. I now request the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, to please address the gathering.
संयुक्त राष्ट्र के सेक्रेटरी जनरल, एक्सीलेंसी श्री एंटोनियो गुटेरेस जी, इंटरनेशनल सोलर अलायंस असेंबली और इंडियन ओशन रिम एसोसिएशन, इन देशों से पधारे हुए सभी मंत्रीगण, कैबिनेट के मेरे तमाम सहयोगी, उद्योग जगत के साथी, सम्मानीय अतिथिगण, विशेष रूप से नौजवान विद्यार्थी मित्र, देवी और सज्जनों, आज सुबह स्वच्छता से जुड़े एक महत्वपूर्ण कार्यक्रम में एक्सेलेंसी एंटोनियो गुटेरेस के साथ मुझे हिस्सा लेने का अवसर मिला। आज से ही महात्मा गांधी की 150वीं जन्म जयंती का आयोजन भी देश और दुनिया में प्रारंभ हो रहे हैं। ग्रीन फ्यूचर के लिए हो रहे इस मंथन की शुरुआत के लिए आज के दिवस से उचित अवसर कोई और नहीं हो सकता है। इंटरनेशनल सोलर अलायंस ISA, और मैं चाहूंगा पॉपुलरली वो आयसा शब्द हो जाएगा, यानी आयसा असेंबली हो, ग्लोबल रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड एक्सपो यानी री इन्वेस्ट की बैठक हो, या इंडियन ओशन रिम एसोसिएशन एनर्जी मीट हो, तीनों का बृहद लक्ष्य एक है, ग्रीन फ्यूचर के लिए क्लीन एनर्जी का विकल्प तैयार करना। साथियों, पिछले 150-200 वर्षों में मानव जाति अपनी ऊर्जा जरूरतों के लिए धरती के नीचे दबे संसाधनों पर ही ज्यादा निर्भर रही है। हमारी प्रकृति ने कैसे इसका विरोध किया है, और आज भी कर रही है, ये हम सब देख रहे हैं। प्रकृति हमें लगातार संदेश दे रही है कि जमीन के ऊपर मौजूद ऊर्जा, चाहे सूर्य में हो, वायु में हो, या पानी में, यही बेहतर और सुरक्षित भविष्य का समाधान है। मुझे खुशी है कि आज हम सभी प्रकृति से मिल रहे इस संदेश पर मंथन के लिए एकजुट हुए हैं। साथियों, मुझे याद है 3 वर्ष पहले री इन्वेस्ट की पहली मीटिंग में मैंने रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के क्षेत्र में मेगावाट से गीगावाट की तरफ भारत की यात्रा का संकल्प हमारे देशवासियों के सामने रखा था। तब मैंने स्पष्ट किया था कि सोलर और विंड एनर्जी का लाभ तभी मिल पाएगा अगर ये सस्ती होगी और सुलभ होगी। और इसके लिए मैंने सोलर रिसोर्स रिच कंट्रीज का एक कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म बनाने का भी प्रस्ताव सामने रखा था। मुझे प्रसन्नता है कि हमें बहुत ही कम समय में इन योजनाओं को आगे बढ़ाने में अभूतपूर्व सफलता मिली है। साथियों, आज इंटरनेशनल सोलर अलायंस दुनिया के लिए उम्मीद की एक बड़ी किरण बनकर सामने आया है। 3 वर्षों के भीतर ये संगठन एक ट्रीटी बेस्ड इंटर गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बन चुका है। 125 करोड़ भारतीयों को इस बात की भी खुशी है कि आयसा का हेडक्वार्टर भारत में ही है। ये आयसा के प्रति अपनत्व को और बढ़ाता है। मुझे लगता है जब भी भविष्य में इक्कीसवीं सदी में स्थापित मानव कल्याण के बड़े संगठनों की चर्चा होगी तो आयसा का नाम उसमें सबसे ऊपर होगा। आयसा के तौर पर हम सभी ने क्लाइमेट जस्टिस को सुनिश्चित करने की दिशा में एक बहुत बड़ा मंच तैयार किया है। आने वाली पीढ़ियों को मानवता से जुड़ा बहुत बड़ा उपहार हम सबने मिल करके दिया है। साथियों, मेरा हमेशा से ये मानना रहा है कि दुनिया की ऊर्जा आवश्यकताओं की पूर्ति के लिए जो भूमिका आज ओपेक निभा रहा है, वही भूमिका आने वाले समय में इंटरनेशनल सोलर अलायंस आयसा की होने वाली है। जो लोग आज तेल के कुओं का है, वही रोल भविष्य में सूर्य की किरणों का होने वाला है। आज आयसा का ये इनिशिएटिव जहां पहुंचा है, इसमें सक्रिय सहयोग के लिए मैं यूनाइटेड नेशंस का विशेष तौर पर आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। पेरिस में हुए आयसा के लॉन्च कार्यक्रम में तब के महासचिव एक्सेलेंसी बान की मून जी का मौजूद रहना और आज के कार्यक्रम में एक्सेलेंसी एंटोनियो गुटेरेस का शामिल होना इस बात को दिखाता है कि संयुक्त राष्ट्र इस मंच को कितना महत्व देता है। मैं इस मौके पर फ्रांस के राष्ट्रपति का, फ्रांस की सरकार का भी उनके सहयोग और समर्थन के लिए हृदयपूर्वक आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। साथियों, आइसा की इस पहली असेंबली में चालीस देशों के प्रतिनिधि मौजूद हैं, लेकिन अब हमें उस दिशा की तरफ आगे बढ़ना है जब सौर ऊर्जा के ये विकल्प सिर्फ कैंसर और कैप्रिकॉर्न के इर्द गिर्द बसे करीब 125 देशों तक